Hi, and thanks so much for joining me for this no foundation look featuring some new to me products. If you'd like to see that, please keep watching. I thought we'd do a no foundation look because actually my skin is getting better where I don't need foundation, which has taken years to get here. So I am going to do a video on things that I've used that have helped me get to this point, but again, it has taken years, so patience is key. But today I just used some concealer and powder really on just some strategic parts of my face, and then everything else is light and really easy to use. So I thought we'd include some of the items I've recently hauled, so let's go ahead and get started. With this, especially because it's summer, the anti-pollution mattifying cream by Chantecaille. I like to add that just to the center where I have more enlarged pores, as well as that's where I get more oily. And then right in between my eyebrows here and just a little bit on my forehead. I'm gonna go ahead with the Camoflauge Stylo. This is also by Chantecaille. I have mine in 4C. Now this is the more fluid of the two concealer type products I'm going to use. So I'm skipping foundation altogether, and I like this again for warmer months because just the feeling of foundation on my skin doesn't feel good. So I like to go with as little makeup as possible. I'm just going to focus this right here, kind of like where I focused the La Prairie, just kind of in the darkest areas. Very natural look today, not an airbrushed filter type of look today. Next, we've got the Real Skin Plus Eye and Face Stick. This is also in 4C. So I'm just going to cover up the darker areas as well as go in that corner. Now this has more coverage than the Camoflauge Stylo I just used, but it's not as much coverage as something like the Clé de Peau. Now I'm going to take this and put it in the corners as well. Put a little on my eyelids. I just ran under just a little bit here, just with the excess. I'm going to go in with a powder. I'm trying to think, should I use a different powder than the, I don't know. Should we try a different powder or should we stick to this? I don't know, because I know it's difficult to get a hold of. I really want to use this, but let's just go in with this. Going in with the Perfect Blur powder. Again, this is in light medium. And you can see why I like this so much. And I'm really just powdering right up in the front. That's it. Kind of right in between my eyebrows and then on my eyebrows, just because brow products work really well there when I put powder down. So that's the only place I powdered, here, here, so not on the exterior of my face. Okay, let's go in with brows. I have my Gucci brow pencil. This is in the shade 4. Next, we have the Full Brow Perfecting Gel and Tint by Chantecaille in Dark. So this is fairly new to me, but it says here it's infused with a peptide that helps promote fuller looking brows, and it has panthenol that helps strengthen brow hair. I think this is a really good shade match for me. So there's the difference. I did post a look on Instagram where I used only this product and no pencil underneath. So it's very doable. It just takes me more time because I do have sparse brows. It is more, I think, for a lighter to medium hold though. Now my brows typically require greater hold, so we'll see how this does for me over time, and I just kind of want to watch it and see how it does. It's a really pretty brow though, because if you don't like kind of the clumpier gels, because some of them can be clumpy if they are stronger hold. So this has a more refined appearance to it. I have some Mermaid eye shades here I thought we could play with. Let's go in with Olivia. So I have some cool ones I wanted to play with, cool toned. So we've got Olivia here. This here is Triton. So you can see that Triton has a bit more of a cooler tone and is a bit more shimmery. And I also have another one, is Elephant, which is more matte. So again, Elephant over here, then we have Olivia here, and then we have, gosh, let's see if I can get these all in one spot. So, this is difficult to do. Okay, hold on. There's gotta be a way. Okay, why is this not working? Like this? So here's Triton, this is Olivia, and then this is Elephant. So you can see the difference. Let's go in with Olivia first, kind of in between those two. And I'm just gonna use my clean hands here. So Olivia has more of a satin finish to it. So we'll do Elephant on this side just so you can see the difference, and then we'll kind of even them out. So we have Elephant here, Olivia here, and I think Elephant even has a little bit of a lavender tone to it, even though it's a grayish cement kind of color. There's a little bit of like a lavender, and there's more of a silvery tone when you compare those two. Now Triton looks different as well compared to these. So let me see. Let's do this to even that out. I'm gonna add Elephant here. Especially for the novice, these are really easy to use. So if you don't have any brushes and you're just learning about makeup, I think these are wonderful. But if you also like minimal makeup, these are also great. Let's go in with a bit of Triton on the lids. So you can see that it kind of brightened and gave it a little bit more of a sheen. What I'm going to do is add Amethyst on the top, just right above the lash line. Just right to about here, and then let's go underneath as well, just a little bit, just to connect these two. And then I can just take my finger and smudge that in. Then I'm going to tightline with Violet Damask, and then we'll add mascara. Of course, I just went in with the Chantecaille Faux Longest Lash Mascara. Let's go ahead and take the Real Skin and just clean up the corners. I did take a little bit of the Amethyst down below and then a little bit of Olivia and just kind of blended that in a little bit more. Now the color Triton was new to me. Again, I'm loving cool shades on my eyes, and I actually liked all of them. Olivia and Elephant were pretty also. So if you wanted some cool toned eyeshadows that are really easy to use, these Mermaid eyes are really pretty. Let's go in with these. They are new to me also. They are the Armani A Contour and A Blush. Now I love this idea for summer, something lightweight, more of a tint, and maybe even a stain. We'll see how this works. So I'm going to take the contour shade, just apply it directly on so we can see it. So you can see it's cool toned. I'm going to take this brush. This is the Hourglass brush. It's two-sided. So I'm just going to take this and work it in. So along the hairline and forehead. I feel like I have to work a little bit faster before it dries down. So we have it on this side and not on this side. So you can see it, it's a really beautiful kind of seamless application. So that blended in actually quite nicely. So here we have it with and without. Yeah, I think that's pretty. So let's go ahead and even that out. I didn't powder or put anything on my face. So this is on bare skin here. Really pretty. Let's go in. I think that looks really nice. Let's go in with the blush. A blush. This is in the shade 51. Let's go ahead and dot this directly on my cheek and blend it in and see how it goes. Okay, I'm going to take the same brush, just flip it on the other side. That's pretty also. I like that. I like that I can see my skin underneath because I feel like it looks more natural like that. Like I have some freckles here. Let's see about going on this real skin and what happens. Okay, so interesting. It's not really lifting off my makeup. In fact, it's bringing a really nice skin-like quality to it. But I think you can see that discoloration. It's slight, but I can still see it through there versus here. So we might have to go over that with powder and see if we can get that to even out. But let's see the other side. But I really like the overall effect. Really natural, especially again, in the summer months. I think this is a lovely kind of blush. Let me try something else. I'm gonna try putting this on my hand and then the brush and then here, and let's see if we get the same darkening. Actually, we didn't. That's interesting. Okay, so let me fix this and see if we can replicate that. But do you see how it brings that skin-like glow back? But this time I don't see any discoloration. So let me go back with this. And this is one of those products where I can just layer it on top of other makeup and it does fine. Okay, let's go in with powder again. Okay, now let's try this. See, I think you can see my pores even a little bit because of that texture. Do you see how the blur powder really blurs texture as well? But for a skin-like effect, let's put, well, we might go in with powder again, but let's go ahead. Let's go ahead with this again, and we're gonna take the blush and put some on the back of my hand, just like this. And I'm gonna take the brush again, and let's stipple it on. Okay, that's better. I feel like though if I keep going it will disturb that, so I'm gonna leave it right there for now. And then I'm gonna take this and just put it right here. Oh, let's go ahead with Nectar. This one's not new, but I like it for something more natural. So I'm just adding some to the back of my hand. I'm gonna use my hands and just apply it. This is more of a balmy texture though. I think this one looks so beautiful on skin without makeup. So, I mean, I know I have the blush, but I don't have any concealer or foundation or powder here. So I really like this one for a really natural look. We can also go in the inner corner with this. Now this is one of those really subtle kinds of effects, but if you don't want anything too shimmery in there, but you want to kind of wake up the eye, this will catch light really nicely. So hopefully you can see the overall impact, even though it's very subtle. Let's go in with a lip that's due to be. So this is the Westman Atelier Squeaky Clean Liquid Lip Balm. That's a really pretty pink shade. That's a really pretty fresh look. I almost forgot, we have this fragrance that I need to apply. Well, I like to apply it. So this is beautiful. Someone was asking me the difference between this one and another House of Sillage fragrance. And really this one has that beautiful, like, I can smell more citrus in here as well as more ginger. It's very light. I think it was Whispers of Innocence someone was asking about. It has much rounder, like vanilla warmth to it versus this. This is very clean, light scent, which I think is perfect for a no foundation look. But I did want to pair something with this look, and immediately I thought of this fragrance, a beautiful one. And sometimes there are sales on House of Sillage, and there are also discovery sets and travel sets. So these are exquisite, the bottles, but if you just want the fragrance, they are accessible at various price points. So make sure to head over in case you were interested. Okay, quick recap of the products we used, starting with the Real Skin. It's really great, kind of lightweight concealer. Again, not as heavy duty as the Clé de Peau. Again, there's no sunscreen in this one, but I think it does a really nice job. It was a good color match for me as well because I just did strategically place it here. And then of course the powder, the blur powder, I was gonna pick something else, but I just know that this color works out really well in my skin tone too, to brighten it. But let me include some other powders in future videos. There are other powders out there that are nice that I do have, so I just need to remember to use them. So I promise I won't use that in every video, even though I do use that in real life every day. Then the Camoflauge Stylo. So this is not new to me either, but it's really nice under the eye too, an alternative to the La Prairie in case that one, not in case, that one is much more than this one, although this one's not inexpensive either. It's a nice alternative. Actually, I didn't even conceal under my entire eye. It was just really here and I kind of buffed it out. And then I did have to apply some right along the lash line there because it does get red there, so I used a little bit of the Real Skin Plus as well. Then we had the Mermaid eye colors, and the new one to me was Triton, and I think this is such a pretty one, a great sheen on this, not even a shimmer. I'm not even gonna say it's a shimmer, it's still really fine, more satiny. Pretty though for a cool toned look. I really liked all of them together. And then we had the brow product, which is new to me, so let me watch this for you, see what the hold is like, because it seems very like lightweight, which is really nice because it's not, I mean, it doesn't feel crunchy or anything, which is great. I think they look really natural. So I'd like to see the hold on this the more I wear it, just to see how it performs on a consistent basis. And I will report back, but so far so good. I think it looks really elegant. Oh, and then we had these two new products by Armani. These, I thought they were really pretty. This blush is beautiful, especially again, if you don't have any makeup underneath. I think it did a really beautiful job, as well as this. I think this blended nicely as well. So these are great summer items. I think in terms of like more of a stain or a tint, they did a really, really nice job. So I don't really feel them on my skin once they're applied. And then of course, Nectar, I've used this before, Lovely on the cheeks. And then we had this. This was nice. I didn't know what to expect with the Squeaky Clean Liquid Lip Balm. Really pretty. I don't think I need any other shades. I think this did a nice job. It just made everything just look pretty. I'll definitely use this. I'll probably use it up because I like the way it feels. It's not sticky. But that is it for today's video. So let me know what you think of the no foundation look. I mean, again, I had to go in with the Real Skin Plus, which is more of a concealer, but I just really targeted it where I needed it. I didn't even put anything on my forehead, which is pretty amazing. So I think if you have different skin tones on your face too, like I do, like my forehead, it's like 1 or 2 shades sometimes deeper than the rest of my face, then I feel like when I don't put foundation all over my face, it actually looks quite natural to not even it out and just to leave it as it is and then conceal, spot conceal where needed. So for me, this whole no foundation makeup is fairly new just because my discoloration's been so severe in the past that I haven't been able to do this, but now that I can, I would love to know what your no foundation makeup go-tos are, because I feel like makeup is just slightly different when there isn't foundation as a base. But that is it for today's video, so please take care of each other, stay well. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time.